Hello Commanders, how are you doing today? Going to be putting out another video here. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about the new ship. Talk to some players in my alliance who bought the ship and looking at things. Kind of just made a decision, you know what, I do this YouTube channel for a reason, and one of that is to provide you decent content and insight into things. And so with that in mind, I wanted to put out this video where I will build the new ship. Gulp, I know, there's $100. I'm gonna build the ship for you all and give you some insight into it. We'll take it out for a test spin and we'll see how well it performs. Apparently it performed just as well, if not better, than someone else's Rotaran in my alliance against the hostiles. So we'll just go out and we'll see how well it does. And then I will let you be the judge. Obviously, if you're free to play, it may not be the recommendation to get the ship right away. It depends on what your budget is like and if you feel like getting the resources and materials is worth it to you and your gameplay. So, without further ado, let's hop into it. Why? Because the players matter. All right, here we are in game as promised, and got my camera out of the way so we don't have to worry about that. Before we get much farther though, just before we hop into it, please remember that, you know, it really helps me to grow this channel. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it really helps me out to reach out to more players if you subscribe to the channel, and if you're leaving a comment below as well as that thumbs up, it helps get the channel pushed out. And feel free to hit that bell notification so you know when I release new content as well. So let's go ahead. I've already started the build. Let's see here. There it is. For some reason, it's not a long build time either. So let's just use a 5-hour speed up and we'll pull it out of docks. Let's have a look at it. I do think it looks pretty cool. I like the design. See what it looks like from behind. I mean, I think it looks pretty slick. I do like how it looks. And we'll look at some of its abilities and so forth. So the SS Revenant for Lloyd and my fellow streamers, the USS or the SS Irrelevant because we keep getting ships. But I think this will really help out some players. So let's have a look at it. Once again, I am not saying to go out and buy this ship, but I want to show it to you so you can determine if this is something that is worthwhile to you or not. Unique evolving ship. Once again, like still 2.0, right? But it's not something you have to scrap all the time for the research particles. It sounds like you're going to, scrap it at strategic points, probably to take it to the next level of the next tier of G4, G5. I'm not sure, but there's certain things here. Wealth of materials and resources every day, along with granting powerful efficiency research buffs, and that could be helpful as well. So keep in mind, it's more, I guess, than just the resources and materials that you're getting out of it. And there's the scrapping at scrap at tiers 5, 10, and 14 to receive an evolution bundle, gift bundle. Shards for the next evolution refit that will enable you to challenge tougher foes and upgrade your ship faster. Cash rewards through supplementary gift once a day for 5 days. Huh, cool. Okay, so we'll see how that works. One thing that I have been told is that they want you to buy packs for the armadas because apparently you only get enough to start one armada a week. Sounds to me like the Zindi armadas. So you're going to want to make sure, I think, that when you're launching them, you're going to go as high as you can get away with. So you'll have to kind of play with it. The Solar Armada targets can only be attacked with one ship at a time, and so we'll kind of have to see how that goes. All right, let's go ahead and get that claim done. I got some premium dust, which is nice for building it, and these holiday tokens. All right, so let's switch to the ship. I believe it is an interceptor right there. 1 of 15 tiers. Yay! And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the XP, ship XP here, because I do want to have, let's look at the below deck. I believe I want at least Hugh there. So let's hop in to the base and let's look at the research. And this is me doing it all live with you all as I'm figuring this out. So I want to give you just a glance into, I'm guessing it's the starship tree, but I want to give you a glance into it as I'm figuring it out too. So I'm guessing it's the starship tree. There's the Vindicator stuff. Okay. So it looks like I don't have the stuff to do any of the research, but I will probably do the research for the warp there. What do we have here? Cost efficiency when upgrading for research, increased payouts of chaos materials for the chaos tech, I should say. Artifact gallery, mine is pretty well leveled, so that's not as big to me, but it is something you may want to consider when upgrading research for your ore, crystal, and gas, and that goes up to 100%. Okay. Increases base amounts of credits drop by this, so you want to make sure, ooh, 600. That's up to 10,000%, so we'll want to pay attention to that. That's probably something worthwhile focusing on. Benevolence of Q. Unlock continuum space superhighway, so you'll be able to get to the area quicker. That's cool. Cost efficiency for partial titanium and dilithium. Anything with efficiency is going to help you with your ship, I think. Efficiency for the Nova Squadron building. It was like 2%, which isn't much. It goes up to 40, so that's worth looking at. Black market favors. Increases base Forbidden Tech proto matter cost efficiency. So that's good with all the Forbidden Tech we have in the game. I mentioned that, I think, in my last video. Crystal, ore, crystal, and gas. Up to 300%. Okay, okay. And then there's 6-star efficiency here. Construction speed. Upgrading research. Forbidden base research speed up to 300%. Ionized plating. This is for Sigma stuff, obviously, for the G6. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do these. Let's see here. Let's see what the smart speed up does for us. Nope, not going to work. Okay, we'll just throw some 1 days on there and get this stuff knocked out. All right, then let's get the warp range to make sure we have what we need here. Oh, 24 minutes. Nice. So we're going to get the warp range we need. Let's not be wasteful. Okay. So we've got that research in, and then we will just go and see what kind of hostels that we can hit. Okay. So let's see how far. If I can go to the same 60 level system. Yep, I can go. Nope. Alrighty, I can go to the 50 to a 56 level system. That's rubbish. Okay, well, it is what it is. I think I sped that up. Yep. Okay, so I don't have the warp range yet. But let's see what we can do here. And while we're heading there, let's look at the refinery. And let's see what I get. Okay, So we can claim 900 Nexus particles. I don't have any of this stuff yet for turn-ins. Okay, I will claim the Armada directives. That's 1400. Borg pylon, maybe it's the pylon, the group Armada directives that my friend was telling me about in my alliance that you get enough for one a week. And then let's see what we can get out of here. Okay, got Chaos Tech fragments. Okay, and then we got the temporal conduit and the Q's cannon. Okay. Mark II preview, this is for what? Free one-time gift? Well, oh, that's for the after scrapping at tier 5. Okay, so there's some rewards here that we'll get when we get it up a little bit. So I won't be able to, I think, maybe we'll try and do an Armada while we're on stream, or while we're on the video here, but let's see. It looks like I'm really close, but due to whatever programming, I'm chasing it down very slowly. Okay, let's pop this thing. Come on, come on. You can do it. Okay, we got 7,000 loot. Wish I could reach the higher level system, so I won't be able to show that off, unfortunately. And that's going to be the disadvantage right away, is not being able to get as much as you were hoping for. But I mean, I'm getting 7,000 per hit here. And I want to say I was only getting a couple thousand, like 2, maybe 3,000 per hit when I was using a similar crew before. So obviously pretty good as far as loot goes. Will make getting the loot from the hostiles quite a bit better. And I didn't do this, but let's go in here and just remind ourselves that we've got this laid to rest. Increases damage significantly against these hostiles. Disables the cutting beam weapon on the Borg type 03 and Borg polygon armadas from firing at the player. So we'll have to look at that, and that's probably why this ship is essential to use against those. Increase the module resources gained from Q continuing hostiles by 500%, and that should go up as we tier the ship too. Wow, I lost a lot of hull on, probably for going against the triangle, I'm guessing. So that's Explorer, went against the triangle. Okay, so you want to kind of watch out for that, I suppose. Although that's probably because I'm not crewed well for defending against those type of hostiles. That's probably the bigger factor there. But I believe these do the isolytic damage. So you kind of have to crew for some of that, but my ship isn't really that highly tiered yet. So as you can see, we're getting a lot of loot very easily. I would guess that I don't want to hit the explorers with this, but I'm probably pretty safe to hit the battleships. Let's see how well that goes. Okay, I still took some hull damage, but not quite as much. And see, this is the problem too, is that now that I'm hitting hostiles, the kind I'm hoping to hit are not spawning. So that is going to be kind of a frustrating point, I think, for a lot of this. But ultimately, the research for the efficiency, the resources and materials will help your game play out pretty significantly. I think what you have to decide ultimately is it worth the $100 or whatever your currency is in the country you're in? Is it worth that to skip the 100 days free to play path that is currently in the game? I do like that it's on day one. I do, and I will stick to that. So I think it's a great addition to the game. If you're willing to wait the 100 days for it, then that is totally up to you. The big question in my mind is this going to be like other ships that they have released in the game recently that seem to take forever to tier up? Like my protector's been sitting, I bought it when it came out, it's been sitting at tier 8 for quite a while, and it feels like I'm never going to get that thing to the next tier. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I guess it is what it is, but so far, I'm not taking out as many hostiles as my current ship that I can go to 60 level system and hit with this crew. I've just been using Janeway, AMH Doctor, and Chang. Seems to work pretty well. So it's going to be about getting it up to the appropriate warp range and getting it tiered. If you do get this ship, you'll want to remember to max out the ship's level as much as you possibly can for those additional bonuses that we talked about here. We're talking about how much loot you're getting from the hostiles and how much damage you're doing to the hostiles will increase, I think, significantly as you tier it up. All right, commanders, we're going to go and see here. I'll at least show you the solo armadas. We've got these right here, these polygons. They're group armadas, it looks like. So to find, these are the ones where you can only do one a week, it looks like. But that is where you can start one a week. But if you have other people in your alliance, and eventually we'll get everyone that has one, right? So those will cost 100 of these directives, whatever they're called. Look up the name later. But they have these other armadas. Now I did a 46 and I lost pretty bad. So we're going to try this 44 and see if we can find a level that we can beat with a tier 1 level 5 ship. I've got Torah, Toli, Miles, and I can show you my below deck crew in a little bit here, but let's try a 44. Yeah, I got 1400 from my pull today, and let's see what we get here. And I went with this crew for the extra shots as well as the loot bonus. So hopefully we'll be able to beat a 44. If not, we'll have to go down a system. All right, here we go. Nope. Let's have a look at that battle report. Okay, so it looks like we did pretty good, but not enough yet. So I think that's probably the lowest level system that I can hit. Let's have a look into 42 just to see if there's any armadas there. All right, shouldn't take too long. Let's hop into that system and we'll have a look. Now I could try and buff with some ships, that may help. Just do some of my claims there and see what we have. Alrighty. There are our armadas here, so let's look. For some reason I thought it would be a branch off of one of the regular systems. So let's have a look at one of these 42s, and that just may be the starting point for us. And I'll have to look to see. There's probably events for this, but I wanted to see how it went with trying to take out a 42. I want to give this information out to you so you know where to start and not be wasteful with your directives when you do finally get it. All right, so I can easily beat a 42. Let's have a look. With my level of ship, 210 cargo. Wow. Enemy cargo 1. So let's see how much we need for turn-ins. You may have to do quite a few of these, but let's have a look. Continuum. Wow. Okay. So for me to be able to do any turn-ins, I'm gonna need to do like 7 of these. That is not so great, is it? Okay, so I guess the goal is to just keep working on and leveling the ship as much as possible so that it can really take advantage of, I mean, you can't even level the ship very easily. I think that it's going to be a progression. We're going to have to see how it goes. Maybe we'll come up with some better crews as a community, but as far as seeing the solar armadas, it is going to be these 42s. It looks like, at least for me and my research and everything, it looks like the 44s are just too much. So you'll start in the lowest system, and as you progress and get your ship stronger, once again, doing all that research and extra damage, it's going to help. But keeping your ship leveled and maxed as much as possible is going to be key as you try and keep up on your turn-ins. And it will depend, I think, on your alliance. You know, how many of you have this ship so that you can actually hit and do the group armadas, these polygon ones, successfully in getting the rewards from there. Not giving a lot of rewards, and that may be a complaint to Scopely, I don't know, or the amount of directives you get each week. So we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. So anyways, I think that's the video for today. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully it helps some of you who might be on the fence decide whether this ship is worthwhile getting or not right off the bat. If you do get it, I would say decide to get it on the first day, because the pack that comes with it, they try to incentivize players to get it on day 1 by throwing extra stuff in the pack. So that is completely up to you. But yeah, tell me what you think. If you're free to playing it, tell me what you think. If you think it's going to be a good addition to the game from what you've seen so far in this video and other videos that you've seen. I'd love to hear from you all. If you're not, tell me what you think anyways. If you think that having these additional resources is going to be a good resource material efficiencies, if it looks like it's going to be a good addition even in 100 days to you. So anyways, thanks so much, Commanders, and we'll talk to you next time.